Today's musings, we're going to be we're going to be on topic, actually, feeding into my last musings. So, there's a concept known as Dunbar's number. It's a number that was reached by, I think he's a biologist, that can tell you the maximum size of social connections that a primate is able to maintain based on the size of their brain case. And using Dunbar used his formula to try to determine the maximum size of a human group and got to the value of around 150 people. So what that's saying is that it's the theoretical limit of relationships, deep, meaningful relationships for a single human being. And actually, maybe even saying deep and meaningful is going too far. But the number of relationships the human being can maintain at one time on any stable level is around 150. And there's been people who have been trying to disprove that. Some of these people try to say that, I have, internet friends or followers or whatever. And that completely defeats the spirit of the study in the first place, because you have to put the study in the right context to make sense of it. This is based on the evolutionary history of humanity and, our primate ancestors. So the only way to look at this number in the right context is to look at it as if the humans involved were all in a tribe. Because that's what this is saying. Our brains haven't evolved or changed hardly at all since the internet was invented. Hardly at all since phones were invented. So those don't count. This is like physical in the room, energy exchange, hi, how are you, kind of human interaction. And it's true. It's true. It's still a true thing. And the reason that I bring it up is because I know that this plays into the inherent unfairness of the societies that we've created, because the people are just incapable of getting to know each other at a level where they can have the empathy for each other. I first learned about this concept because of, I think it was a Jason Wong article he wrote on his old website, Pointless Waste of Time, called The Monkey Sphere. Still one of the most important things I've ever read in my life, because the way he explained it is better than me. But it's basically like, you have your crew, you got your group, you got your people, your family, your friends, and that's how it would have been back then, because your tribe was your family. And if you, like others that came along for various reasons, marriage, relationships, kids, maybe you picked up an orphan along the way, who knows? But regardless, those are the people that you see as people. Everyone else outside your group, they're cardboard cutouts. And they're avatars on a screen, that you have to put effort into learning about people to be able to develop empathy for them in the first place. And it's impossible to do that with this society that we've created. It's impossible for people to have empathy for everyone else. It's just, first of all, it's impossible for a human to have empathy for all humans. You can have good intentions for all humanity, but there's no way that you can actually actively empathize with every single person on the planet. That takes lots of imagination, lots of skill, with just being able to put yourself in their shoes, and a lot of mental energy. So we are just disregarding the empathy viewpoint is just a big cause of a lot of the problems. It's easy when you don't know someone well, you don't know someone at all. It's easy to just be like, oh, you're just you're a cardboard person. You go in this bin. and this cardboard person goes in this bin. Like, that's what the leaders and lawyers are doing. They don't know us. They just throw us in bins based on their perception of us, which doesn't fucking work. Doesn't fucking work. Like, it doesn't work. This system is bullshit, and it needs to be better, because empathy is being completely phased out, and like, humanity can't survive without it. That's how we got here. We need empathy to keep a society, like even a tribe, going. And humans without other humans are nothing. We're nothing without each other.